Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Fate Stay Night Remastered. Due to the events that occurred at the end of the previous episode, Saber is getting ready to disappear. So now we have two options. Either we gotta find some sort of way to keep her alive, push our magical energy onto her, our good vibes, or we have to kill people. And I don't think we're gonna go with the second choice. I really don't think so. So it's either we let her die or we have to find some sort of way to get our magical energy, our good vibes, over to Saber. The good vibes have to be there. But yeah, we are kind of entering this episode kind of like that scene from the beginning of Shrek the Third, where Shrek says, well, somebody better be dying. And well, here we go. It's morning. The sun rose, but I didn't sleep a wink. Oh yeah, perfect. We'll definitely figure this all out now on our very exhausted brain. Saber hasn't woken up. She's still sleeping, looking almost dead. Oh yeah, that works. The situation's not that dire. No, it is. Her breathing is even, and that pain look that she had last night has smoothed over. Saber is sleeping peacefully. It's a morning like any other. Maybe if I let her sleep, Saber will recover. That way I won't have to make her kill anyone. Then she could stay with me, just like she has been. I slam my fist into the wall. My own weakness nauseates me. If I put off on my decision any longer, Saber will disappear. I stand up without another sound. I don't know when Saber's going to wake up, but I have to make a decision before she does. I don't know, we have to get experimental. We gotta think outside the box. But I head out. I don't have a plan. I just wander, hoping that I'll happen across a sign that will help me make up my mind. Let's go to the park. That sounds like a fun idea. Or the playground, I mean. Oh yeah, here we are. The park is empty as usual. Maybe because it's so cold. There's no one around, and it looks like I'm the only one outside. I sit on a bench, the question still ringing in my head, no answer yet presenting itself. Time slips by me as I sit on the bench. I have no idea how long I remain sitting there, but just as my fingers start to tremble from the cold. Oh, here we go. I look up, hearing a voice calling to me. I think she'll be okay. I'm about to warn her that other masters might be lurking nearby, waiting to attack. I catch myself realizing how stupid that would be. Ilya's a master. I shouldn't be worried about her. We're enemies. I don't get up from the bench as I dismiss Ilya. There are plenty of things I'd like to talk to her about, but I can't think of anything other than Saber right now. What's going on? Ilya doesn't say anything. She's looking at me as if I'm a stranger. There's just a lot going on here. Damn, she read us like a book. Just out of nowhere, Ilya's voice has gotten so cold and detached. Oh. Okay. Interesting. So she was there. She was around. I try to make my hands and feet move, but nothing happens. No, it feels like the more I try to move, the stiffer they get. It's those eyes. Whenever I see Ilya's red eyes, my senses go dull.
シロったら守りも何もないんだもの。一人でいれば簡単に捕まえられるって思ったけど、こんなに簡単に行くなんて可愛いな。
エリア。
Oh no.
無駄だよお兄ちゃん。そうなったらもう動けないわ。もうじき声も出なくなるけど、心配しなくていいよ。
No, there's a lot of things to worry about here.
私もね、今日はお話をしに来たわけじゃないもの。
Oh no. Not the static. The reception is bad, guys. Ilya's eyes blaze with murderous intent. This is Ilya as I saw her the other night. Berserker's master.
お前、俺をここで殺すつもりか。
I grit my teeth and gather all my strength, but my fingers won't so much as budge. It's like Ilya's stare has frozen every nerve in my body.
だってもうマスターでいてもしょうがないでしょ。セイバーが消えたらシローは一人きりだもの。いつまでもマスターにさせてられないわ。戦う手段がなくなったシローなんて簡単に殺せるんだから。
Ilya raises her hand. Her slender white fingers reach for my chest.
他の人に殺される前に見つけられてよかった。それじゃあおやすみなさいお兄ちゃん。どうせセイバーも消えるんだから早い方がすっきりするでしょ。
Oh, okay. Goodbye. My vision fades. My limbs have gone completely numb, and now I can't see either. How long have I been stuck in this darkness? Before I can figure out whether I'm alive or dead, I lose consciousness. Are we actually, like, approaching a bad end? Oh no, guys. We are in hell. This has to be hell, right? That's all I can think of from the glimpse we have here. I think I'm still alive. Oh, yep, this is hell. This is hell.
この子、イリアの敵じゃないよ。そんなのリズには関係ないわ。それにこれは当然の権利なんだから。10年間ずっとこの時を待ってたんだから。
10 years? Hey, yo. Ilya. What? I can't move. No. I can't even feel my body. What the hell happened? Am I really here?
控えなさいリーゼリット。お嬢様、組対の受け入れ準備が終わりました。あとは転移を行うだけですが。
What the fuck are they about to do?
始めるわ。二人とも下がってなさい。
Guys, I've got a bad feeling. My vision goes dark. There is no light here. Whoa. That is freaky. All I can see is the crimson of Ilya's command spells. My consciousness is being taken someplace else. I feel nothing, and yet I feel like someone's taking my arm. I'm feeling faint. I don't know what will happen to me next, but it seems my fight has already ended. Guys, we have to be getting... Yep, okay, there we go. I was gonna say, like, we have to be getting a bad end here. Alright, here we go. Back to the dojo. I think what needed to go down is we needed to disobey Saber and actually get up there. But it's hard to really know what is best to do because we can't fight servants at all. We really can't. Yeah, we'll seek advice. As ridiculous as this advice may be.
理不尽な死に苦しむみんなを助ける憩いの場、タイガー道場です。
リズ。キャー、
誰だ貴様、メイドなんてお呼びじゃねえ。さっさと弟子1号を連れてきて。
ダメ。イリアはお休み。
Oh, she didn't like this this bad
ちょっ
end.
と落ち込んでるみたい。
むむむ。勝手に殺しといて勝手に落ち込むとはなんたる理不尽。だがそれがいい。私も豪勢なお城とか行ってみたいにゃ。
それはともかく、あんた本当に誰？なんか私たちと塗りが全然違うんだけど。
Yeah, she's drawn seriously.
リーゼリット、イリアの友達。今日は代理。
イリアちゃんにも友達がいたのね。
So is this the fourth bad end, by the
どんな関
way?
係なの？ボケとツッコミ？罪と罰？
まあ、イリアの世話とか。
ゲゲ、いいとこのお嬢さんだとは思ってたけど、そこまでお金持ちだったのか、あのちびっこ。ドワー！そんなのお姉ちゃん許しません。なんたること。そもそもこんなバッドエンドになったのはシローがおじけづいたからよ。
I don't think it was necessarily fear, though. Like I said, he can't really partake in these fights. There's a position for him in these fights. It's master against master. However, Shinji was nowhere to be found. Maybe he was in the building. Maybe we should have gone there to, instigate the fight with him. Or help Saber out. I have no idea. But apparently Ilya was there.
直前の選択肢に戻って。
I don't know if there was ever any indication in the story that she was actually there witnessing that.
そうね。この終わり方じゃ、イリアも嬉しくないと思う。
お？不愛想かと思えば、何気に話がわかると見た。よしよし、いい子にはタイガースタンプをあげましょう。
Okay, I guess that's just a part of her now.
ありがとう。
いえいえ、断言いたしまして。それじゃあまた次はもっとマシなデッドエンドで会おうね。
Cool. Yeah, I guess we'll go back to the previous option that we had here. So I guess the correct choice is to follow Saber into combat, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we did at the school. So I guess it would make sense to continue the trend. I don't know what happened, but I think we do need to be there. Now, if this also leads us to a bad end, that means we're gonna have to go to an even prior choice, which is going to suck ass, but we'll find our way, guys. I don't know if that was the fourth, fifth, or whatever bad end, but we are now 2 bad ends in. Go ahead and place your bets as to how many we get here. I don't know how many there are total, and don't tell me, but go ahead and place your mental bets as to how many I will get here. This one is on me. Like, I have to say that this was probably the first bad end of the playthrough where I truthfully didn't know what we had to do. I didn't know, I didn't know what the best course of action was, and I felt confident in actually waiting here. With the other one where we went to the Ryoto Temple, it was more out of curiosity. I had a bad feeling about it, but I thought, why not? That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. I can't just watch and do nothing. The uneven footing prevents Saber from gaining ground on Rider. The two clash in the air, rushing up to the rooftop. If Rider came flying down from the top of the building, chances are Shinji is there. Yeah, honestly, that would be a good correlation. And the fact that I didn't think of that as clearly as I should have been able to in the last episode is embarrassing. You know what? You guys can laugh at me this time. I'll accept it. We have 2 possible ways to win our fight against Rider. Either we defeat her directly or we defeat her master. But whichever it is, it has to be before she deploys her noble phantasm. While Saber's fighting Rider, there's only one thing I should be doing. Exactly. I am an idiot. Just straight up. I am really dumb. I guess we're gonna follow Saber here. So yeah, this is probably the correct direction here. This is probably the way to go. Ooh, look at this. Look at this scene. The 2 shadows climb upwards. They continue to distance themselves from the ground, gaining more and more altitude. And neither needs proper footing. They just kick their way up along the wall. The old anime strat. As it happens, they clash countless times, all before they ever reach the top. Were anyone watching from the ground, they'd probably think that they were seeing a game of pinball. Though I doubt they'd be able to follow the two with the naked eye. It's like a deadly circus act. The collisions are barely discernible, invisible to normal human beings. Saber had no desire to be a part of this crazy circus act. She may be a servant, but she can't fly through the sky. She might be able to run up along the building's wall, but that's it. This is no better than a free fall for her. She alternates between kicking off the building before she loses momentum and slowing to let gravity take hold of her. Wait a fucking minute. Hold on. How do I... Is there a way to, like, turn off the... Damn it, I don't think I can turn off the text. There has to be a way. It may be no exaggeration to say that she's falling into the sky. Now that she's started, she'll continue all the way up to the rooftop. There we go. Okay, there was just like a glare here on the window, and I was wondering, you know, is there like a hint as to Ilya watching all this go down? But no, that can't be it. It just looks like a coloration glare or something, in my opinion. And in that entire journey, if her opponent hits her, she'll be hurled to the ground. But it seems the laws of gravity do not apply to the enemy. To the opponent, Saber has to defeat. The streak of purple shoots across the side of the building in pursuit of Saber, while Saber focuses on reaching the roof. Gravity has no hold on Rider. She leaps around effortlessly, moving in and from all directions, up, down, left, right, to strike at Saber. Her long hair trails out behind her, like a comet tail, and she looks like a snake wrapping itself around a log. Saber's feet touch the wall. She leans sideways and kicks the wall, aiming for the edge of the building. Saber suddenly shoots out at a right angle to her previous trajectory. Not one of the attacks finds its mark. Rider is simply no match for Saber's raw power. Saber shakes Rider off with a single kick, and then kicks upward once again when she reaches the building's side. She aims herself upward. If Rider is like a serpent coiling around the building, Saber is like a bursting spark. But it looks like Rider might have predicted her moves. The distance between them remains the same. Rider continues along the side of the building, not letting Saber open the distance between them. She strikes every time Saber has to take a step. Saber fends Rider off with her blade and jumps to put some space between them. Though she's able to fend off Rider's coiling pursuit, there's only so much she can do in the air. Where before there had been no contest in their combat ability, they are now more evenly matched. Neither has an attack that can bring this to a close. No, Rider is withholding her own deadliest attack. Every time Saber leaps at Rider, Rider fends off her attack, but never counterattacks. Rider is only keeping Saber at bay as she makes her way to the rooftop. Saber curses at her cowardly enemy. I just threw a word in there for no reason. To a knight like Saber, a fight like this is as good as an insult. Such a thing should involve both opponents giving their all in their clash. By that belief, Rider's actions are disrespectful. Sorry, I was getting a drink of water. Rider's voice is cool. She's right. Saber is clearly not used to fighting in the air. And this is probably a first for her, actually. Knights are meant to fight on solid ground. And they're not supposed to cling to walls like her opponent. Rider moves upward, her manner inviting. She set this whole thing up. Saber understands that, though. At the end of this circus, yeah, Rider's ideal positioning must be waiting up above. Rider can't use her trump cards so readily, which is why she's luring her prey to a place where there will be no interruptions, so they can settle this with her ultimate attack. As soon as she reaches the roof, she'll be in a difficult position. If Rider's noble phantasm is exactly what Saber thinks it is, she won't have any defense against it, which is probably what went down. But there is no turning back. We just can't ignore Rider or her master. This isn't about defeating an enemy in the Holy Grail War. Saber must defeat Rider here and now to protect her master. because she has no other choice. This whole situation must be absolutely dumbfounding for her. She's probably thought more than once about not wanting to push her master to do anything crazy. Excuse me. The two continue gaining altitude. Their rapid clashes ring out across the building as the battle approaches its final destination. Yeah, I totally fucked up in the first go around here. But hey, we live and we learn. And another thing here is that whatever Ilya talked about there, something about 10 years ago, she has some sort of connection. She has some sort of connection with Shirou. Whatever that is, that raises so many fucking questions, you know? I rush up the stairs while I complain. I manage to enter the building from the back, but the elevator doesn't go all the way to the roof. I have to run up the remaining 10 flights of stairs. Just like last time. I climb the stairs as fast as I can. I'm not sure how long it's been since Saber and I split up. Probably less than 10 minutes, but that's too long. You never know how or when a battle will end. Even Saber's not perfect. She could make a mistake and get into trouble. So before that happens, if I can make Shinji use up his command spells, Rider might stop fighting. Keep running, buddy. The harder I run, the more my still healing body aches. Sprinting around the building, then up the stairs has left me out of breath. But I don't slow down. No, I speed up. Something about this has me worried. I'm not sure why, but my chest hurts. It's not a physical pain. Something is warning me of danger ahead. Saber can't win. There's something on this rooftop that shouldn't be faced. I try to shake this feeling off and focus on climbing the stairs. The wind is strong. The moment I open the door, the city's nightscape fills my field of vision. Scorch marks pock the concrete, and at its center, at the heart of the burn-scarred rooftop, Saber is on her knees.
Saber! Shirou, どうしてここに?
Well, she's still alive. Saber's shoulders heave with her labored breathing. The moment I rush to her, I notice something strange floating up above me. Or rather, the sheer overwhelming amount of magical energy forces me to take notice. I look up towards the sky. What's with the flapping wings? I hear flapping wings. Something, a paler and more blinding white than the light of the moon, hovers over me. What do we got going on here? What the fuck? Okay. Not what I expected at all, but all right. I guess it fits the role. It is a legendary mystic I've only heard about in myth. That ain't no ordinary horse. The moment she reaches the rooftop, Saber confronts her opponent's true form. Saber leans on her sword, exhausted, and looks up. The white light rushes toward her. Saber unleashes the wind that shrouds her sword, using it to create an invisible barrier. She goes flying backward. Her attempt to block the unrushing Pegasus fails to even slow it down. The force of the impact knocks Saber back, slamming her brutally into the ground. There's no time to be lying down. Pegasus turns midair and resumes its glide without so much as pausing. She can't possibly brace herself. Her only option is to try to evade. Even if she manages that, the after effects of its passage will chip away at her defenses. If this keeps up, it will hit her eventually. This is some wild shit. The white light streaks down toward her. Pegasus sails far overhead and knocks Saber backward before sweeping back into the skies. Saber can't possibly reach it. There are no walls that she can kick off of, not up here. Even if she could, there's no way she could actually reach Pegasus. Despite her disadvantage, Saber waits for an opportunity to fight back. Pegasus it may be, but it's a living creature, so she should still be able to kill it if she can just get a chance. I mean, it's just a horse with wings. I'm sure we can do something here. Her only opportunity for victory is if Rider makes a mistake at the reins.
驚きました。見かけによらず頑丈ですね。
Well, she is Saber. Come on now, give her some credit. Rider's voice comes from high above. Saber grips her sword tightly as she looks up.
ですが、それに意味はありますか？あなたには勝ち目などない。散るしかないのなら。
Rider's voice is calm. Even so, I hear just the slightest bit of joy in it, cause she's freaky.
幻想種だとは睨んでいましたが、まさかそんなものを持ち出してくるとは思いませんでした。ライダー。
A phantasmal species. As the name suggests, it refers to creatures which exist within an illusion. Humanoids like fairies and giants. Demonic creatures like Oni and dragons. If they are considered mystics, that alone makes them superior to magecraft. It's the law of nature for mystics to be destroyed by other stronger mystics. In the same way magecraft grows in power with knowledge, phantasmal species accumulate power from their longevity. Even if a human masters magecraft, the most they can accumulate is about 500 years worth of it. And take a species that's lived since ancient times. There's just no contest between that and a mystic that's only 500 years old. But it's been a long, long time since humans and phantasmals existed in the same world. The longer the phantasmal has lived, the further it's distanced itself from this world. The only phantasmal species in the modern world are a scant few hundred years old. So, Saber expected the phantasmal Rider has as her mount to be only a few hundred years old.
寝台のものを持ち出すとは、随分と業が深いようですね、ライダー。
ええ。私はあなたたちとは違う。むしろ、あなたたちの敵だったものに過ぎない。ゆえ。
なるほど。歪んでいるとは思いましたが、英霊ではなく悪鬼の類でしたか。
Yeah, that fits the aesthetic and the vibe I get off of her.
せいぜい呪いなさい。あなたでは私の子に触れることさえできないのだから。
The Pegasus rests its wings in the air. It's a giant arrow aimed at Saber's heart, ready to fire at a moment's notice. She glares at the creature and thinks. Pegasus itself is not a powerful phantasmal species. A typical Pegasus is just a phantasmal that can only match a dynamic beast in power. Were that the case, it would be easy to defeat with Saber's invisible air alone. But it isn't the case. That Pegasus has existed since the Age of Gods, and has long since reached the level of a phantasmal. The horse is nearing the level of the dragon race, considered to be the strongest of all phantasmals. At the very least, its defenses are probably already at the level of a dragon race, since Pegasus possesses divine protection that exceeds even Saber's, whose magic resistance is unparalleled. The way it glides through the air, trailing massive amounts of magical energy, is like a castle wall bearing down on Saber. It can't be possible to avoid or repel something like that. But something else is odd here. Rider simply summoned Pegasus, and it has no true name of its own. To Rider, Pegasus is little more than, say, a favorite dagger. And that means she has yet to use her noble phantasm. Oh yeah, she's scary. Even in her dire predicament, the possibility of defeat never enters Saber's mind. Instead, she thinks her chance will come when Rider really starts to get serious. Whatever Rider's noble phantasm may be, it'll have no trouble destroying a building like this. She just needs to focus on defending herself, on staying alive. Then all she'll have to do is cut Rider down as soon as an opportunity presents itself. Yeah, if only her master hadn't shown up, yep. God bless America, here's Shirou. I look up towards the sky. Hello. Flapping wings, I hear flapping wings. Something, a paler and more blinding white. We already talked about this. Come on, the reveal's already done. Yeah. Come on. We've already read about this. We were just here. The identity of Rider's noble phantasm. Could that be what scorched the rooftop and forced Saber to her knees? I see that Rider is, as her class name suggests, riding a horse, tearing across the sky. I shift my focus from Rider. I thought I heard something. I can't tell how strong Rider is while she's on Pegasus. All I can tell is that white fiend has more magical energy in it than a few hundred mages could muster. No wonder the roof is a charred mess. That monster can destroy damn near anything around it just by running across it. If that thing charges from up in the sky, even Saber won't be able to avoid it. It's a race against time. I need to defeat Shinji. If I defeat the master, Rider will disappear. There he is. That son of a bitch. So he was up here. Again, why the fuck did I choose to just wait down there? I hear laughter. Shinji must be hiding somewhere.
Shinji.
Only his voice echoes. I fight down my impatience and try to focus on the sound of his laughter. Damn, the wind's so strong. I can't tell where the laughter's coming from. Don't rush. Let him talk. Let him talk all he wants. The more he talks, the better chance I have of finding him. What a nice friend he is. This is bad. Pegasus, still high up in the sky, tips its head towards Saber. The vortex of magical energy whirls faster, as if it knows no limit. If that thing comes at us at full speed, it'll blow the entire roof apart. Wow. Really?
Shinji, お前。
やれライダー。まずはその女だ。跡形も残すなよ。
セガ。
A white comet streaks toward us, and at that moment, a storm rages around me. For the first time, she forgets her enemy in battle. She is furious with her master for walking into this death trap, but she's also angry with herself for failing to anticipate him doing so. All those thoughts are cast aside now. What else can she do? Even now, even in the midst of danger, she can see only concern for her well-being in his eyes.
Shirou.
He's always been like this, actually. He may have understood that she was an exceptional knight, but that's never how he saw her. See, you're getting it. He isn't, though. Shirou's not really getting her. Well, to a degree he kind of is, but Rider's giggling voice reaches her even now. Rider touches Pegasus's neck with both her hands, and the beast's wings beat harder.
私の宝具は強力ゆえ、地上で使うには適していない。使えばどうしても人目につく。まだ他にマスターがいる以上。けれど、ここなら覗き見される恐れはない。
I'm starting to understand how she escaped the school the way she did, and the damage that it was able to do.
ここでなら都合がいいからと分かり
If
ました。
this is it right here, this Pegasus, something begins to form in Rider's hands. It seems insignificant, really. A glittering golden rope.
それが貴様の宝具か、ライダー。
ええ。私の趣味ではありませんが、この子は優しすぎて戦いには向いていない。 だからこんなものでも使わない。
Hey, what do you mean by that, you know?
その気になってくれないのよ。
Pegasus lowers its head. This feral nature is not inborn within the creature itself, but coaxed from it by Rider's touch.
消えなさい、セイバー。たとえあなたが生き延びようと、あなたのマスターは私からは逃げられない。
No, that tends to
マスター
happen.
さえ死ねば、
That seems to be the way
頑
things
丈なあな
go.
たもそれまででしょう。
It is the inarguable truth. Rider's noble phantasm will utterly destroy the roof. If she hurried, she might be able to carry Shirou away and escape, but Rider won't stop at just destroying the rooftop. Her master is not strong enough to survive a collapsing building. Meaning, to protect her master, she will have to destroy her enemy, Pegasus and all. She doesn't have time to think about whether this is the right thing to do. Saber glances one final time at her master, still some distance from her. He is doing his best to fill his role simply by gritting his teeth and keeping back.
風よ。
The last of her hesitation fades. What is ahead no longer matters. All that matters in this moment, or is this moment, and in it, she must be her master's blade and defeat the enemy they now face.
やれライダー、まずはその女だ。跡形も残すなよ。
I hear the jarring, grating sound. In that moment, Pegasus ascends higher and vanishes from sight. Pegasus flies up into the air. It's already lost its form. It rises up as if to shoot through the moon, and then continues its arc by flapping its wings, powering itself down toward the ground. The blazing white comet streaks downward. It becomes an arrow of searing white light, but Rider continues urging it on. There's only one target. It intends to annihilate its enemy entirely, and the isolated garden in the sky along with it.
ベルレ。
She speaks his name. If a noble phantasm is the miracle that is released by speaking its true name. Oh boy. It is divine lightning. So, I guess let's say our prayers now, because here comes a fucking missile, a thunderous flash. There is no emotion in her eyes as she looks on.
この場所ならば人目につかないと言ったな、ライダー。
The wind unfurls from her blade and becomes a storm. Oh shit, here we go.
どうかな。ここならば地上を焼き払う憂いもない。
The seal is broken. Layers of wind unfold from her blade. Her sword is finally visible. A storm rages before my eyes. The white light descends upon the rooftop. Saber, though she is the sole focus of that light, doesn't move.
セイバー。
The raging wind, she's the source. No, not Saber herself, her sword. Oh, we are going to see some crazy shit. And there it is. There it is. That's a sword. I can't believe what I'm seeing. The blade should be invisible, but there it is. Like unwrapping bandages, the wind slowly coils away from her blade.
黄金の剣。
A golden sword, huh? The wind rages on. The multiple layers of seals peel away. The bands of wind dissolve into the air. She readies her now visible sword and turns back towards Pegasus as it dives towards her. Alright, who will win, sword or horse with wings? Rider approaches as a brilliant flare of light. Alright, well I gotta try and say this one. Bellerophone? Hell yeah. Is now large enough to engulf the entire rooftop, and is only picking up speed to destroy us, building and all. The bridle of chivalry lights up the rooftop. Time stops. In the face of an inescapable destruction, my mind goes blank. But the light is not coming from the bridle of chivalry. The light churns and builds upon itself. The light of Rider's mount is brilliant. but it can't hold a candle to the purity I see in this one. Saber is holding the ultimate sacred sword that has collected the lights of the stars. Oh. Okay, okay. Alright. I think I got it now, guys. I think I get it. I think I am on board. My ticket has been punched. God damn. That's one way of clearing the skies a little bit. A single line of brilliant light. It's a blade of light shearing through everything it touches. The beam of light destroys Rider utterly as it cleaves through the clouds and disappears into the night sky. Most likely, if that sword had been used on the ground, it would have carved a trail of devastation through the city. Her sword is not unseeable. It simply does not reveal itself. It is the golden sword that captivates all who behold it with a true name of surpassing fame. Excalibur, the sword of promised victory. A sword that is said to have existed in England. A sword wielded by the king who has become the very symbol of knighthood. Arthur, the strongest of the servant's noble phantasms, sealed by several bounded fields. That is Saber's proof of her place as a hero. It's Arthur, right? It has to be. It has to be, right? Come on. We have new servant data, too. We should read that. I'm down to read the servant data. We'll start with Rider. Yeah, we now know her shit. I mean, yeah, this was wild, but... Bridle of Chivalry. All abilities increased by 1 rank when used. Man, what the fuck? Okay, alright. Agility is going to be maxed out, practically. Strength is slightly better. You know, magic, practically maxed out. Luck is going to be a little, you know, not shit. But AC also becomes plus 100. Wait, what's AC? What the hell's AC? Am I missing something on AC? I feel like that's something I should know. That abbreviation I should know. A physical attack using a beast from the Age of Gods with a similar extreme advance that crushes the target. The maximum speed is said to be 400 to 500 kilometers per hour. Jesus. From the protection of the Pegasus when used, it is the highest level noble phantasm in both offense and defense. Also, Bellerophon is the name of the boy who rode the Pegasus in Greek mythology. Ah. And then Saber. Barrier of the Wind. The Unseen Sword. So wait, this is it, right? Oh wait, no, it's this one. Excalibur. We already know about this. So, Excalibur. I don't know if I want to read that, guys. Yakusoko Sareta Shori no Ken. Anyways. Max targets 1,000. Okay. The Sword of Light. It is not a man-made weapon, but a divine construct forged by the stars. Within the category of holy swords, it is the greatest noble phantasm. It is a holy sword that converts the user's magical energy into light, increases momentum by convergence and acceleration, and makes it possible to use magical energy at the level of a divine spirit. To an outsider, it looks like a large belt of light, but it actually only has a hitbox at the tip of the light. It is the ultimate slashing attack. That cuts through everything along the faults that are formed by the light. That massive magical energy gives heat to everything other than the tip as well, and as a result, it all gets taken by a wave of light that mows down everything above the ground. It could even be called a directional energy weapon. Wowzers. Okay, but the true name hasn't been revealed, but I mean, come on, Excalibur, that is like such the giveaway, right? Unless I'm getting my shit mixed up, which is a huge possibility. Okay, we know about all these weapons. This is assassin stuff. Okay. Okay, back to it for a little bit more, and then I'm out of time. Silence falls over the rooftop. The wind has died down, and not so much as a breeze whispers across the rooftop. I stand dazed in place. I can't approach Saber. I'm still too confused to act. Or maybe I'm just captivated by her sword. My mind is racing. And I can't seem to think of much that makes sense. Why does she have that sword? That golden sword belongs to a famous knightly king. Everyone knows who. As I try to figure out how she came to have something like that, I realize my mind is doing everything it can to deny the simplest of the possible answers. I don't need to be making all these assumptions. That sword has always been hers, and that's why her true name is so easy to figure out. The owner of that sacred sword can only have one name. Saber remains motion. The game refuses to fucking say it, so I'm in a constant state of, maybe it's him, unless I'm fucking stupid like 95% of the time and I'm getting that mixed up with somebody else. Maybe it's, No, it has to be. It really does. It has to be. Saber remains motionless where she stands. I should approach her, but my body won't listen. I've been told so many times that Saber is a heroic spirit. But now that I've seen for myself that she is indeed a great hero of the past, I hesitate to even get closer to her. Oh, Shinji's back to being a little bitch. I hear a shriek. Something is burning in the shadows. I turn to look. I see a burning book slowly dissolving into a pile of ash and... Well, that's one master out. Easy shit. I see Shinji cringing as he watches the book burn.
Shinji!
He must have realized how much trouble he's in now that Rider has been defeated. Shinji turns and sprints toward the exit from the rooftop. Hey, he leaps through the door to the stairway.
Shinji!
I can't let him get away. Not again. The moment I turn to pursue Shinji, just out of the corner of my eye, I see Saber collapse. My mind stops. Shinji is fleeing and Saber has fallen to the ground. I should... Oh, come on. No, we're going to Saber. We're not following Shinji. He's done. He can't do anything to us. There's no point in running after Shinji. I feel super confident in just going to Saber. That is the choice we should make here. Fuck Shinji. He will not do anything to us again. He can't. He literally can't. He doesn't have any abilities of his own. Not even a lick of magic resides in his body. And his servant is gone. He is done. He lost. Fuck Shinji. I can't leave Saber alone. Rider's gone, and the book that acted as Shinji's command spell has burned to ash. Shinji doesn't have a servant anymore, and he's lost his command spells. The contest is as good as over. Saber is my priority now.
Saber!
I rush to her. She's not holding the golden sword anymore. It's disappeared, and now there's just Saber lying on the ground. Saber is in bad shape. Beads of sweat trickle down her brow, and her breath is shallow, labored. She looks like she's got a fever. I call out to Saber nervously, but she doesn't respond. She's out cold. I touch her forehead. I jerk my hand away. It's unnaturally hot. She's got to be running a fever of over 40 degrees. I call out to her, but her only response is shallow, anguished breathing. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what to do, but I can't just stand around. I lift Saber up. She's so light. I knew that, of course, but now she seems even lighter. No, more than that, she's... Yeah, hopefully. You know, again, she isn't necessarily human. None of these freaks are, honestly. Saber is still the person I've known all this time. I'm pissed with myself for even hesitating. Damn. What's it matter if she's a hero? No matter who Saber is, she's here, and she's still warm. How much of an idiot was I for putting up this wall between us before? That's what I've been trying to say for like 13 episodes, or however long we've known Saber. Fuck, man. 13, 14, 15 episodes, it feels like forever that I've been telling you, Shirou. Come on. They're not human. It doesn't matter.
すぐに帰るからな。それまでおとなしくしてろよ、セイバー。
I start running, saber in my arms. There's no sense of triumph from this victory. All I feel is saber in my arms, barely breathing. So, she didn't use her noble phantasm in the other go-around.
終わったわよ。
I'm pretty sure she didn't. But in the case she did, well, we're kind of right back to the start here. But I'm assuming that she didn't. She probably felt like it wasn't necessary or something. I don't know. Maybe because Shirou was there, she felt like, okay, she had to. Or maybe that there was a sense of like, okay, I'll be okay if I do so because of Shinji and also Rider blabbing, you know? Who knows? Who really knows? But either way, wowzers. Please do not tell me if I'm right or wrong about Saber's identity. Until the game reveals it, I don't know. But I'll tell you guys this. For a while, I was thinking about the Knights of the Round Table, and that's where I was doing my research. And then my friends told me, stop, please stop. And I even suggested, okay, obviously, all of the Knights of the Round Table are fucking dudes. Why not King Arthur as well, if we're going in that direction? And I was just kind of throwing out ideas. I don't know. I didn't think if that is actually the case. However, it could also be somebody from Monty Python's The Holy Grail. Anything is possible here. Anyways, yeah, we'll wrap it up there. I guess it's still saying day 10 on the previous save I had there was a pretty good indication that I was kind of fucked with the other go around. But all right, yeehaw. Actually, yeah, let's check the flowchart on that one. Yep, just straight up went to fucking hell in this direction here. The Nutcracker. Hahaha, interesting. But okay, interesting stuff. We continue along on this path here, slowly but surely. Look at this crazy ass timeline, guys. It's wild. It is ridiculous. Alrighty, guys. Thank you all for tuning into this one. Sorry for getting another bad end. I don't know if that was the fourth one. If so, we have a bit of a streak going on, and I don't know if that's a good thing. But we did learn a little bit of stuff from that. I'm very, very curious, much more than before. I definitely was curious about Ilya before, but even more so now, because there seems to be definite ties with Shirou. Like, there's not an inkling of a feeling there. No, there's definitely something going on. And she is fucking crazy, probably because of her upbringing. And also, just what a fight here. Rider is gone. We didn't even get to learn who Rider was. We don't know her true identity. I mean, we could probably make some guesses now that we've seen all of her stuff, but wow, what an episode. Thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.